wait, but I can wait, obviously. If you don't say it, I won't hear it.
Yeah, we got another contract in yesterday while I was at the elections. So it put us a little more, but we still have 6 days left. So, I know there's a couple of people with listings who are working on contracts, like they're getting contracts on their listings.
Yeah.
The more listings that we're going to have soon. So those could ratify over the weekend, assuming when they get put in on Friday.
I had some buyers I was working with, but neither one of them are like making a decision. It's just so frustrating. It's like, okay, how long is this going to take you?
Right.
Which is not nice of me to think that, but I do.
Hey, but it is, because there's not much out there to really be all picky about.
Yeah, well, and they said a month ago that they found what they wanted, and they just had to get the financing and whatever.
Ooh, what are they looking for? I'm listing like 4 houses by Friday.
No, they found what they want. They just got to get their finance. They want to pay cash. So she's trying to get money out of her 401 and all that stuff. And it's just not happening yet.
Sorry, I came in late to the party.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Kelly.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Hello.
You're back, Kelly?
Yes. I am.
Yes.
Marvella seems to be quite happy about it.
Yeah, she had to be me last week, and I think she was very happy to give myself back.
I bet so.
There's absolutely nobody on earth who could be Kelly but Kelly.
No, I called Jason. I called Jason the other day and I said, I'm Kelly Jr., right?
So you were calling him at 10:30 at night?
No, I would wait till in the morning.
That's not Kelly. Kelly don't call nobody that early in the morning.
Amen.
I do. I call
but
people
I will
at 8
tell you,
o'clock.
my clients know it up front, so it's a good thing. But they can call me up till midnight at night, so.
That's pretty good. I'm the opposite. I go to bed at 10, but you can call me at 6 a.m. I'm up working then. 5 sometimes, but. Hi, Jason. Hi, Soren.
Hello.
Hey, guys. Welcome. We're having a party before everybody gets on.
That's right.
We always have a party before everybody gets on.
It seems like it's been a long time. Has it been longer than usual?
Been a week.
It's been 1 week. Yep.
Been a week.
Well, it feels like more.
1 whole week. Yep.
Hi, Debbie.
Hello.
Oh, I like your shirt. Is that new?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Newer.
I didn't see if you. I didn't think I'd ever seen you wear red, or at least not very often. So you and Soren both have the red. Yay!
Got the memo.
Oh, look at Soren sporting the Long and Foster shirt.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's the red one from the oceanfront.
Community Service Day.
No,
okay.
No, it was that thing that Tina did a couple years ago on the oceanfront.
Oh, the military thing?
Yes, yeah. Memorial Day.
I was there. I remember.
Yeah.
So we all need to get Long and Foster shirts that say, T-shirts that say, want to buy a house or want to sell a house.
Y'all are talking about the Patriotic Festival.
Oh, that's what it was. You're right, Kelly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what you meant by you mean at the oceanfront, not the oceanfront office.
It was the Patriotic Festival they have every year on Memorial Day.
Yeah.
We were there.
Yeah, at the boardwalk.
Yeah. At the oceanfront.
Right. And Sandy put my information across the back of the T-shirt.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder if I can answer my phone while y'all are on there.
No.
We get to hear it all.
Oh, bummer.
We can also see your screen. We know what you're looking at.
Well, If you saw me right now, I'm in my pajamas. I won't lie.
Well, hey, Dawn.
Howdy, howdy.
Welcome to
Hey,
the party.
Dawn. I haven't
Yes.
forgotten about you, but I was on vacation all week last week, and I saw your email last night.
That's okay. I knew you were on vacation. I just figured I'd give you something to look forward to when you got back.
Oh yeah, I've had a good old time.
Yes, you did.
Cool, man. Cool.
All right, Jason, rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Debbie's computer's going to drive me crazy.
I know. Wow.
Y'all are echoing.
Yeah,
But she's muted.
I know. Isn't that weird? Let me go see.
Her speaker needs to be muted,
Yeah. Let me see.
or just turn.
Shoo, shoo, shoo.
We still see you.
Psychedelic.
There we go. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's better.
That's gooder. Yeah, I turned the volume down. Yeah. So, so what's up, everybody? Happy Friday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I wish it was Friday.
Oh, man, I almost screwed that one up. I kind of did. So, TGIW, everybody. It's the market is hot right now, you guys. I'm telling you. You know, that little listing I have over on Henry, we had 36 showings in the last 3 days.
Wow. Incredible.
Absolutely amazing. We just received our second written offer, and I'm still expecting another one. So the market is super hot, especially in this first-time buyer market. You know, this is a $156,000 listing. So I would encourage anybody to, you know, find these little neighborhoods, these little pockets of first-time buyer inventory, and try to figure out how to solicit those homeowners, because they're going to get top dollar for their house right now. And we have a surplus of buyers. 35 showings in 3 days tells me there's a lot of buyers in the market that aren't going to get this house, right? So there's 34 more buyers out there still looking, because unfortunately we can only sell it to one person. Yeah, so definitely keep that in mind, you guys. Find these little pockets of first-time buyer inventory. Those people generally are easier to talk to. They're not as stuck up sometimes as you know, the more expensive communities and the move-up buyers, move-down buyers. Those people tend to be a little more trusting, and so this is a great time for them to profit on the home they bought maybe just a few years ago, and pull that equity and put it into something bigger or better. Really, really exciting time with what you guys are doing. I mean, we're breaking records, it seems, month after month after month, which is super exciting. And then to see this kind of activity in the $150,000 price range is just really, really cool. Very, very cool. So, Dawn, what's happening in the insurance world? Anything exciting?
Nope. We are still working on a return date for when we come back to the offices. They haven't told us anything yet. So that's really the only thing. I am currently recovering from a left shoulder dislocation. That's why I have this lovely thing on.
Oh, no.
So, yeah.
Oh,
So hopefully I haven't been any slower. Most of it's been one-handed typing. So hopefully you haven't seen any kind of slowdown in any of my responses. Yeah, it's awful because my left hand's like, let me get in there. Let me get in there. But
You're just wearing your seatbelt, Dawn.
no, and that's why my wardrobe is a direct reflection on my range of motion. So I'm very limited on what I can get on right now. So I apologize for the t-shirt today. But other than that, nothing new and exciting in insurance. We're waiting for a return date. When we find out when that is, I'll let you guys know for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. Very cool. We've had a couple of announcements come out this week. You know, there's some kind of cool stuff coming along with the client follow-up program. You guys have probably seen that email. I think one came out yesterday from Boomer and Gary, and then there was another one that just came out a few minutes ago, talking about the new and improved client or customer follow-up program. And so we've always had this program in place where we could, pay a little bit of money and implement a system to keep in touch with our clients for the long term through Express Docs as one of the Long and Foster perks. And so they've enhanced and revamped that program. Now it's going to be run through Quantum Digital. And Stacia was looking into it this morning to try to figure it out a little bit. And I'm sure more information will continue to come out, but it looks like a great way to set it and forget it. Just a really quick, easy way to go in and, pay your $20 and follow up with your clients for a whole year or 2 years or 3 years. You just set it and forget it. So if you haven't seen this yet, definitely check that out. It's pretty cool. Have you guys any questions about that, or have you looked at it yet?
I have a question. Follow up with what? Are they talking about emails or cards or
postcards? Yeah,
cards and holiday cards.
Exactly. Yeah, you can customize the cards. You can pick the cards you want, which is something we didn't have the flexibility of doing last time. And so you can just kind of set it up however you want it to run, and it'll mail these postcards to your clients on the intervals that you choose.
All right. Is it $20 a client or $20 a monthly?
It's $20 for 12 cards.
Per client?
Yes, per client. So it's actually $19.99. You can either do 12 mailings in 1 year. So it's mailed every month. Say it starts today, it would be June to July. So June this year to July, or June this year to May next year.
Yeah.
And then you can do every 2 months for 2 years. So they'd get 6 cards twice, for 2 years.
Yeah.
Or it's 3 years mailed once every 3 months. So they get 4 in 1 year. It's entirely up to you. It's $20 no matter which way you go. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. You pick what you want. You can pick meal cards. You can pick the travel, taste of home. There's all kinds that you can pick from.
Awesome.
And there are different ones within each one. And then once you figure out what you want, you can actually upload your own design as well. And then you select what you want. So wait, where'd it go? There it is. So you select what you want. 1 year, every 2 months for 2 years, or every 3 months for 3 years. Again, selecting the cards, and it shows you which one goes which way. So, and then you just pick what you want, and you can see what the back side looks like. If you look in the top right hand corner, it says find out more. That's where they go to get more information about, how to contact you. And each person is given their own individual code. So you'll know who got the card and how they responded to your mail out. And all your information would be down at the bottom. I don't have any information because I'm not an agent. So all of my information doesn't reflect over there, but yours would. You could even have a photo in there as well. And in this same section, you can also do campaigns where you mail out a monthly, like a market report to a local area. You just give them the zip code and they figure it out. You tell them how many postcards you want to send. I did pick it up. It was for 100, it would be $83 a month to farm a neighborhood for the postcards. It is a month, so it's 83 cents a postcard, which again, each postcard has its own individual link to that person, so that when they scan that QR code or type in that web address, you know which house opened up that information. Just like your just listed cards through Quantum Digital. When you go to, I need that screen to go in. When you go to trigger marketing right here for the just listed postcards, those all have special QR codes and individualized like code. I mean, it's a code for that particular property and lets you know how far into that website they looked. Same thing will happen with the follow-up program and the campaigns.
That's pretty sweet.
It is. Yeah, I like that. I have a question, Stacia. When my cards go out, I noticed that it still has one line, the address. It has like Victory Boulevard, and then it says
So
the Suffolk.
you have to
Do I
go in.
change it?
Yeah, you have to go into your profile
Okay.
on Trigger. So when you go to the cafe, up in the search bar, type either Quantum Digital or Trigger Marketing.
Okay.
If you click Trigger Marketing, it's actually quicker to get there. You'll end up here, and then you go to your profile.
Okay.
And edit it.
Okay, I can do it. Thank you. I just wasn't sure if I needed to do it or if you needed to.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't change over.
Okay.
Sometimes it did, sometimes it doesn't. So like all my Norfolk agents, it probably still says Norfolk.
Yeah.
And you should actually get a postcard at our office.
Well, it says a little bit of both addresses, but it
Okay.
ends up coming to the Suffolk office.
Okay, because yeah, there's always one postcard sent to the office.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, that looks very interesting. I like that.
I actually liked this. $83 might
That's
seem
good.
a lot to some people, but you're not putting the postcard together. You, in certain cases, you don't have to pick the actual addresses. It does it for you. You just tell them how many you want. And I mean, like I said, I picked 100. You don't have to do 100. You pick whatever number you want, spend however much you want. But each month it would send a market report. And there's two different kinds. As you can see, the top one shows like it more, I guess, generic. This one shows little houses.
Yeah. Just as a comparison, I can tell
That's what I was gonna say. I'd like to hear your comparison, Sharon.
Well, when I sent out 100 cards through the Breakthrough Broker, it was about the same, $80 some. I think it was 83 or something like that. So this works much better for me.
Right,
again,
because then it captures, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And if you look here, this is, a travel postcard, and on the back it says some things to consider when going. And then scan here to get, or click here, and this code is, like I said, this access code is specific to that particular property. You send out 100, there's 100 codes. So it's specific to you. And you can click on each one to see what they look like. I think when I showed Jason, or when I was looking it up earlier, I think I picked a food one.
This is a huge improvement over what it used to be. So this is this is my first time seeing it too, but I'm really, really impressed. This looks fantastic.
If you really like dessert.
Aren't they pretty?
Oh
If you really like dessert. And on the back, it has the directions with the code. Learn more.
I think somebody might keep.
Yeah.
If I send that one, Jason, I'll add you to my list.
Yes, please do. Yeah.
I'll just keep the one that comes to the office. No.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. So that's very exciting. I'm gonna have.
And there's so many choices when you do the campaigns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. So.
Stacia, I just had a thought. Remember I was asking you and Jason if you guys were getting my just listed postcards, and you said you hadn't seen any. It might be because my profile is out of date. It still has a Norfolk address.
Yeah, if that's the case, then yes.
Does that mean that all that mail is still going to Kempsville?
Or it's stuck in Norfolk.
That's a good point.
It's literally one postcard, though. You should still get the emails if somebody clicks on a link.
Yeah, no. I just like to keep that one that goes to the office in the file of the list.
Oh, I understand. And it very well could be over there. Or it could, like I said, still be at the mailbox in Norfolk.
Oh, gosh. Okay,
Just-
but that's a
we
good
got
reminder
that
to
key.
update our profile.
But I would, yeah, most definitely go. Everybody should go and check just to make sure that their stuff is
Yeah.
updated. Check
Yeah.
the photos, check the, your websites have actually changed since Quantum Digital first came out, because it's no longer the LNFRE or whatever it is. It's longandfoster.com / and your name. So you really need to make sure that they're showing what your information is. Again, like I said, mine is not
Good
going to
point.
have much because I don't
Right.
have any.
Yeah.
You can upload your own photos, and well, see, my address is even wrong. And it's just a simple fix. You just go in and pretend like you know how to type, because I was having an issue a second ago. And
That
then
would
you
have
just,
taken that would have taken Dawn all day. So you're doing fine.
right? Sorry, Don. Well, according to this, I can't update mine. So,
Wow, nice.
I may have to call.
Gosh.
So
Yeah.
if you find that you have that same issue, just shoot me an email and I'll send a mass email to Quantum Digital and get them to fix it.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh,
Cool.
see, my company info is right.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
But yeah, so this is, and like right here, if you want to change how your settings are for how you receive your emails. I mean, it's entirely up to you. You can create your own lists.
I like to receive my emails on a silver platter, please.
Well, you can do that, but you can make sure it goes to the right email. You can create your own list. Like if you have a specific neighborhood you use, like that would be where you would go and set them up. Like it's all in your profile section. But I really do think these two things right here are going to be very, very, very beneficial to us.
Yeah.
And is it billed through Long and Foster, or did I see a link there where we have to put a credit card?
You have to put a credit card.
Okay.
At least I believe so. I didn't finish that step.
Yeah.
It kept
That's
telling
what
me it kept
yeah,
telling me I had no billing info.
yeah. Okay. Yep.
So
Okay.
I would assume it's a credit card.
Awesome.
All right. Let me jump over and share my screen, Stacia.
I'm out. You should be good.
Let's see what we can do here. All right, you guys see my so this is the email that came out this morning with respect to this new enhancement. So be sure to look at that. I know that we as a rule get so many on emails that it becomes overwhelming. But I wanted to share this one with you because I think that's really a cool enhancement. Nice update. And they have the phone number in here, so if you do need a little help, you can get that. But very cool. Some people already have this, the old tool through ExpressDocs in place, and so that will continue unless you call to change it. So definitely pay attention to that. This was the email that came out yesterday about the same thing. But I wanted to bring this to your attention. If you didn't see this, guys, there was a realtor who was recently attacked near Smith Mountain Lake at her open house. And she was very viciously attacked and beaten in her open house. Because the western part of the state wasn't subjected to COVID the way we were here on the East Coast. They're still pretty active with their open houses and such over there. But obviously this is a tragedy, and it's just another reminder of the need to be careful. There are a lot of crazy people in this world, and so we've talked about it before, and I think unfortunately we'll have to continue to remind ourselves to be vigilant. Always let somebody know where you're going. If you can avoid meeting an absolute stranger at a vacant house, then do that. Always try to avoid dark places. Going into a house after dark. It's easy this time of year because it's daylight till 9 o'clock, but you know, in the wintertime particularly, it gets dark at 5, and sometimes we're still out there rocking and rolling. And so I just want to remind you to be vigilant and be careful. You know, this is a tragedy, what happened to this poor lady. And so this email came out just yesterday, so you can look for it. You see the subject line is important notice, realtor safety. And they did set up a GoFundMe page for her. And apparently she's in the hospital in critical condition.
Wow.
But really, really sad. So you guys just be careful. That's all. Let somebody know where you are. You know, there's different apps and things that you can use. HomeSnap has a safety thing. You know, so there's different apps that you can use, and you can set them to alert or to automatically call somebody if you don't tap the button within 30 minutes, that sort of thing. So pay attention to your safety, because not everybody is normal. So yeah, I wanted to go over that real quick, and then I know that I keep touting this breakthrough broker, but I wanted to show you this because, you know, that new listing on Henry Street, if you guys sign up or just create a free profile with Breakthrough Broker, they automatically email you all this cool stuff every time you put in a new listing. So there's 12 pieces of marketing material already pre-made, customized with my listing information on it, be it printable, postcards, social media, Instagram, direct mail, letters, whatever it is, it's already done. And it's absolutely free. So you know, I would just remind you, if you have not created your free profile with Breakthrough Broker, to definitely do that. It's definitely worth it. And now we've got this new Quantum Digital, which is even cool. And then the last thing I wanted to show you guys is if you haven't set yourself up on a neighborhood news yet so that you know what it looks like, I want to show you mine really quickly because this also has gone through some major enhancement. And so when you send your neighborhood news or you sign up a prospect on neighborhood news, this is the email they receive. And it's specific to either the zip code, or that now you can customize your neighborhood news and you can draw a circle around their specific neighborhood or their community or whatever areas they might be most interested in. And, you know, homeowners naturally are curious about, you know, their neighbors and what's going on in the neighborhood. And, you know, did Steve and Sally sell that house down on the corner? Did Bob sell his house? I wonder how much Mary paid for that house, you know? And this is the kind of information that they can find in the neighborhood news report. So there's a really, really good reason, I think, to have your entire sphere of influence receive a neighborhood news. There's really no downside. It gives them basic, high-level market information, and then they can click into it to see a more detailed analysis of what's happened in the neighborhood. They can select between active properties for sale or sold properties. They can see both. So a lot of tools don't necessarily let you see sold information because they don't want to store that much data. But this is an opportunity for you to share that information with them. It tells them when it's sold and how much it's sold for. So, you know, this is the kind of stuff that I think our friends, family, clients, past clients would be interested in seeing on a monthly basis. You know, what's the average days on market, list price versus sold price, active versus pending. So just so you know, this is what the neighborhood news looks like. And so if you're not using it, start using it. It's good, I promise. And of course you get to that through Moxie Engage. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys is I touted this a little bit in the TGIF. This is the web page that I worked on putting together as a method of communicating our value to agents outside of our office who don't know how freaking awesome we are. And so the URL is choose-lnfsuffolk.com. If you haven't been here, go here, give me some feedback. I think I've got a lot of stuff in here. And it could, in a lot of ways, be a reminder to you guys of the value and the tools and the technology that you have access to as being part of Long and Foster. So if you see something on this list, feel free to reach out and get more information about it. You can see I put all of your famous faces on the website. So pretty cool. If you want to update your picture, now would be a good time to do it. Because it is my goal to make you famous. So, and then of course I've included the really, really nice recruiting videos that Long and Foster put out about a year and a half ago. And I would love to see each one of you with a maybe a 30-second to minute and a half interview style video. So if you're interested in doing that sort of thing, we'll do it right here in the conference room. Feel free to let me know, and we will absolutely do that. So I wanted to remind you guys about this website and its existence. It's pretty cool. I'm hoping that it will be a good way to introduce us and our office to the community of realtors in the area. One more thing, and I'm going to let you go. Promise. This is the listings to leads, and you guys know already that it's an amazingly cool technology platform, and particularly for social media and generating leads on social media. And so, as a part of their package, they have this. I think I would call it a coverall, kind of a recruiting style page, and it goes through all of the different tools that we have access to through their platform. And so I'm going to probably start sharing this on social media as well, so you guys can be familiar with it. But it acts as, again, a good reminder of the tools that you have access to. So, you know, if you haven't dug into listings to leads, I would encourage you to do that. There's a lot of amazing stuff in here that they have to offer for you guys. So, yeah, and this is just one of the coolest things. I love that. So, home value bot, listing bot. That's artificial intelligence at work. Pretty crazy, right? So lots and lots of cool stuff here. As a reminder, I think we've got just so much amazing value that I hope you guys take advantage of it and talk about it.
I do have one thing to say with
Yes.
regards to your realtor safety. Everybody, I don't know that everybody knows this, but there was an agent when I worked over in the Norfolk office who, when he would go into certain properties, he would give me a call, stay on the phone with me until he checked it out to make sure nothing was wrong, and then we would hang up. Or he would call me and say, hey, I'm on my way to this street. If I don't call you back in 10 minutes, call me. If I don't answer, call the police. So that's something that you guys, I am an option to call if you need somebody to be on the phone with you while you go to a certain place, or just to have nearby.
Especially now that we don't bring our clients into the office.
Well, you can, but by appointment only.
Yeah, but if you're meeting a new client, you're usually meeting them at a house right now.
Exactly. Hey, just as a reminder to you guys, if you're the last one here, please remember to make sure the doors are locked. We've had I've counted 3 incidences where one of the doors was left open and unlocked. And so until we get electronic locks, which it's definitely on my list, but until that happens, make sure to go around and check the 3 doors if you're the last one here, and make sure the place gets locked up at night. It would really suck if we lose anything. So just an FYI, try to remember that, guys.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
Well, the company, we're not allowed, back to security, we're not allowed to carry firearms with us.
Right.
I just ordered big jug of pepper spray and a taser off Amazon for $40.
Nice.
So,
Nice, dude. 40 bucks is a bargain.
and it's a 2-shot taser.
Oh,
Double the
okay.
fun.
Okay.
I will tell you, which I know I probably shouldn't say this out loud. There are people who still carry, whether it's there or not. So
I realize that, my dear. I just have to go along with you.
I
Hey,
know.
just an FYI, Debbie found a really interesting article the other day, and it talks about in place of mace, something that is equally as effective and a little less expensive is wasp and hornet spray.
Got lots of that here at the house.
Because it shoots a stream up to 25 feet.
Yeah.
It sure does.
They could literally be 20 feet away from you and you blast their eyeballs out.
Yep,
So.
and they'll die on the spot. I mean, the wasps do. Maybe the person will.
What I ordered is mace and pepper spray and the dye that dyes their face like glow in the dark pink.
Oh,
nice.
yeah. So you
that's
can find
always
them.
fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sounds like a party.
Soren.
We picked up 3 cans of the, it was a 3-pack for like $6. Yeah, $5 at Walmart the other day of wasp and hornet spray. So
You can put them on Amazon reorder.
Debbie said she could aim that better than a gun. So
Oh, my problem.
yeah.
Or hit them with the can.
Yeah,
That's right.
it runs out.
Oh gosh, you guys are great. So remember, be safe. And business is booming right now. So if you're not busy, get out there and get.
I didn't tell anybody before the meeting started.
What?
Yeah, we're still waiting.
I know you are, Sharon. I know you are. Our total right now on June 24th.
Drum roll.
Y'all ready? $4,400,600.
Awesome.
Wow.
Good job.
Good job, you guys. Good job. That is absolutely incredible. It is.
And we still have 6 days left.
And we still have 6 days left, you guys. This is awesome. It really is. It means a lot to all of us to see this office continue to grow and do well and thrive. So, as always, let me know how I can help. Anybody? That's it. Well, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much. We'll see you again next week, if not before. And we'll do it again.
Oh, that was a short one.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look at us go.
Bye, everybody. Have a great
Bye,
rest of the
everybody.
week.
Bye.
Bye.
See y'all.